What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another video of my life, your entertainment. This is not the type of video I ever really wanted to post on my channel, but I do feel like it's going to be good for me to talk about this, and I wanted to talk to you guys about it while it was very fresh and kind of give my raw reaction, my raw emotion. For those of you that don't know, I was driving home last night, February 7th, 2020. I was in a pretty bad car accident. I've never really been in a major car accident. I've been a passenger in a vehicle hitting a deer pretty hard. I've also been in a really minor accident where we hit a mailbox, super minor compared to what this was. But last night I was driving down the road, just heading straight in my lane, minding my own business. And all of a sudden, from a side street, coming out of a parking lot, a gentleman did not look both ways, pulled directly out in front of me, and I did everything I could to try to slam on my brakes and react. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to stop the car or miss him, and I ran right into the side of this guy's vehicle, right in between his driver's side front and rear door, so right where the main pillar is. Pretty much one of the hardest points of a vehicle and of the frame that you can hit. You probably can't tell, I actually look pretty good. No bruising on my face, no burns, no anything like that from the airbags. There's a slight bit of swelling above my left eye, but it's very, very minor. I am dealing with some major pain in my left wrist. I don't think it's going to show up in the video, but my wrist is really swollen, and that's the hand I was using on the steering wheel. You probably can't see it, but I've got a rather large bump right there. My left leg took an impact. Apparently there's airbags around the floor area. I actually had one that deployed and cut my leg open right through my brand new tattoo that I was going to be showing you guys in the next video, but that's going to have to wait. Fortunately, my airbags did deploy. I say fortunately in air quotes though, because it definitely rocked me when that thing hit me. I've never been hit by an airbag before, and it's something I hope I never experience again. Honestly, it was one of the scariest things ever. It happened so fast that you don't even realize what happened. If it wasn't for the smell of the powder or whatever it is that's on the airbag and the fact that everything looks smoky on the inside, I don't know that I would have even known what just happened. It hit so fast. Thankfully, for the most part, I actually walked away very well. I do have a lot of bruising. I have a bruise on my left wrist. It's pretty swollen from where my hand was on the steering wheel. My back is very sore, my lower back mainly, which is tough because I was already kind of battling a back injury or a back strain. One of the reasons I wanted to make this video for you guys though is I want to talk about the importance of a dash cam in your car. Any of you guys that have followed me for a while, I did do 2 review videos on the Wheel Witness Pro dash cam. I hoped I would never have to use this, especially for something that I was involved in. So fortunately and unfortunately, I actually was able to capture the moment of the impact last night. Now I say fortunately because in case if this comes up in the claim process with filing through the other person's insurance to get my car totaled out or repaired, depending on what they decide, it could come in very handy. But I say unfortunately because it was really hard to watch. Partially because I don't entirely remember everything that happened. I just remember it happening so fast, but when you watch the video you can really tell that there was nothing I could have done. It's such a helpless feeling comes over you to realize you did everything you could, there was nothing you could do. I'm actually going to show you guys the footage here in just a second of the dash cam. I'm going to cut the clip down because it was like a few minutes long from me leaving work and driving to, of course, where the incident took place. So I'm just going to show you probably like 20 seconds of it. It's going to show driving up to where the accident took place and then of course the impact, and then from there I'll pick back up for you guys. We'll talk about it a little bit more. Now unfortunately, when I went to pull the file from my dash cam, I later realized that there was no audio on the clip. The file actually was corrupt as well. The reason for that is I do not have my dash cam hardwired, which I highly recommend if you ever have a dash cam, make sure you hardwire it so this doesn't happen to you. But because the impact was so strong, it actually pulled my power cord out of the camera, and when that happened, it cut all power. So that ended up corrupting the file. Now thankfully, I did use a web service online last night that my dad actually found called fix.video, and this site, I had to pay $9 through PayPal, and somehow it was able to recover my footage. I tried everything I could before that. We were working on it for like an hour and a half and couldn't figure out any way to fix the corrupt file, and then all we had to do was pay the service $9 and it worked. So a huge shout out to that site. Whatever they do, it worked. I'm a definite believer in that website and I'm very thankful for it. But as you guys saw in the video, I was only about 2 dotted lines away from him before I could even react. And in the bottom right corner, you will see some information, and you'll see that I was going roughly around 44, 42, and then before the impact, I hit my brakes as hard as I could. I think I slowed down a total of 2 miles per hour before we actually hit. So I think the point of impact, if you pause the clip, was at 40 miles an hour, directly into another car at the hardest point of the car. As you can imagine, I'm very, very thankful that I walked away for the most part pretty unscathed. So I wanted to talk to you guys about the accident. I wanted to talk about kind of how I was feeling, just to kind of get it off my chest and talk about it. But I also wanted to talk to you guys about it because I highly recommend that everybody put a dash cam in your vehicle for this exact reason. I haven't really talked to you guys much about what I do for work. I think now is probably the best time to tell you guys, but I actually work for an insurance company, and I'm a claims adjuster, oddly enough. And I just happened to have just left work, finishing a shift, helping people file claims for accidents, and this happened. The irony is real. I definitely understand that. I also will say my training definitely came in handy. I was able to make sure everything was handled properly, make sure I had all the appropriate information. Just a day later, not even a full 24 hours from when this happened, I've already filed a claim and they're already working on getting everything taken care of for the vehicle. One of the toughest things is the person that pulled out in front of me. I really wished he was a prick so I could be pissed at this guy, but he was an older gentleman. He was very apologetic. He came right out and admitted that it was his fault, and he apologized for not paying attention and making a really bad judgment call. I know there's no excuse for it, but in my heart of hearts, you could tell this guy was sincere, and I'm just glad him and I were both able to walk away from it. I know this guy's gonna have this on his conscience now, knowing that he did that. I mean, you could tell he was beating himself up. We were out there for 30-40 minutes dealing with this, and so I do feel bad for him for that, because I know he's got to deal with that. I can only imagine the stress that that puts on your brain. But I just wanted to talk to you guys and kind of fill you in. I had a completely different video planned for you guys. I vlogged the other day. I thought it was a really cool, really funny video, so I wanted to bring that for you guys. That's actually going to be the next upload. And then, surprise, surprise, I do have a new firearm coming to the channel. It actually just got delivered last night. I was going to be picking it up last night, and then unfortunately this accident happened, so I wasn't able to do so. So here in the next coming days, I'll be going to pick that up, and then I'll bring a video for you guys showing off my new everyday carry. I appreciate you guys who stuck around for the whole story. I know I kind of drug this out and talked for a while, but I truly appreciate all you guys that continue to come back and watch my videos and support me in any way that you can. It really means a lot to me. I don't do this full time. I would love one day to be able to be full time. Yes, I do make money from these videos, so fully transparent. I don't make much. I make about $30 to $40 a month off of it. Some people could debate it's not bad for part-time hobby, but I get a lot of joy out of having conversation with you guys and telling you guys about my experience, and then also having things like this that I can look back on later on and kind of relive the moment. I'm not sure how much I really want to relive this one. I'm glad that I do have this etched in the history of my life, that I can always look back on it if I ever wanted to. Aside from the sad parts of this video, I hope you guys did enjoy and kind of understand the reason I wanted to make this video. If you guys do not already have a dash cam in your car, I highly recommend you go get one. They're not very expensive. The one I have in my vehicle is like $100. I've had it in my car for about 4 years now. Never needed it until this incident, but I'm very glad that I had it. So I'll leave a link in the description below so you guys can check them out. It's going to be a link on Amazon, assuming they're still there. It's been so long since I bought it, but definitely check them out. Purchase one if you guys don't have one. They make great gifts for people. They're great even just to capture funny stuff, and you know. The dash cam is very simple. It's just a tiny little camera. There's a power slot on the side. There's a little GPS link that goes into it. So if I pull up my footage in the right viewer, you can actually see where I was on the map. This also helps track your miles per hour, which you'll see in the bottom right screen. Some of you guys are probably wondering, why does it say Brian? That's because my dad and I had to switch dash cams one time while my dash cam battery was being repaired. So I actually had his programmed camera in my car. I've already thrown some pictures up on the screen so you guys can see. You guys know what my car looks like. You've all seen it, so you'll see what it looks like now. But again, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, drop a thumbs up, subscribe if you guys are new, and I'm out.